Hello, I'm Miss Grace here, back again with another video for you guys, and this one will be about career choices. Well, not career choices, but types of different careers you might want to have when you're older. And for this video, it will be on forensic science. As you can see, I will go right into it because it is quite a very detailed type of job description. So what we're working with, whenever there's a crime scene, you have the examiners at the crime scene as well as the forensic scientists. So there are two types of separation between this discipline. And the one that refers to when they're going to the crime scene would be the basics, the police officer. There's the also the technicians. There's the detective trying to solve what happened. There are also the other people you have around that crime scene, such as bystanders, witnesses, the victims or the perpetrators. Those are the ones who committed the crime. And then you have the other scientists who actually specialized in, basically to be a forensic scientist, you would have to actually get a degree that is a little bit more than a bachelor's and maybe even a master's. So for the other ones, you would get basic training to become an examiner or technician. But for forensic scientists, you would need to go beyond even a master's and to get your PhD. So the first one is called a pathologist. Now this is a licensed physician, but they are specialized in pathology, which is basically trying to figure out any sort of diseases, any fractures, anything else that you can find in the body that led to this person's untimely death. Then you have the forensic odontologist. Now this is basically just dentistry. So with this specialized field in forensic, they help to determine the cause of death, or they help to determine who is the certain person, identification basically, by the person's teeth. Because whenever you go to a dentist specifically, whenever you go to the dentist, these dentists take an x-ray of your teeth. So with dentistry in the forensic field, they try to match up your teeth from the records that they have from your dentist. You also have the forensic psychiatrist. So basically you have your regular psychiatrist who tries to diagnose and help you with any problems you might have. But then you also have the forensic psychiatrist who tries to determine whether someone is competent, whether someone is well to go into trial, those trial court cases. Also to try to figure out whether someone's the medical consent and information, as well as to just see basically how someone is from a psychological perspective using criminology. You also have the serologist. So these forensic scientists work with blood and other fluids. So whenever they go to a crime scene, they will try to figure out if it's blood, if it's saliva, if it's any other type of substance that they could try to figure out what it is. That's what they do. They also figure out the DNA or the blood types. So you know how a lot of people, we all have different blood types, so they try to figure out basically how to match it, either with the DNA or the blood type. You also have toxicologists. Now there's a couple of toxicologists, those whenever you have a snake bite maybe. So they will be doctors, but these are more forensic toxicologists. So they try to determine whether or not a person might have come in contact with a certain poison, just like there's some plants that are poisonous, there's some animals, as I've just mentioned, snakes, spiders that are poisonous, or any other hazardous. They try to figure out what it is exactly that these persons came into contact with. And then you have forensic anthropologists. So what forensic anthropologists do is whenever a physician, the medical examiner, cannot determine the cause of death or who this person is for identification, they hire forensic anthropologists. What they do is basically work with bones. So from these bones, they can actually determine the gender, how old this person was, the ethnicity, and also how they died. So forensic anthropologists are also crucial to this whole forensic field. So yeah, that's what they mostly do. They work with bones too. Now that you know what exactly are forensic scientists, because there's not just one, there's a bunch of forensic scientists out there, as well as other examiners and technicians who help who help basically all these people, also the officers and the detectives, as well as witnesses, all help out to solve what happened during a certain crime scene. I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of a mock crime up scene, just to show you guys a little bit more as to how they try to solve crimes using this little it's a little example I'm going to show you, as well as just a little tiny activity for you guys. So I'm going to give you guys a simple basic mock-up crime scene, mostly because of, so I can show you guys an example. So basically, as you can see here, we can see as a detective you would try to figure out what's on here. So you can see couple of fingerprints, you can see a cookie, and you can see a glass of milk, the chocolate milk it seems that broke. So what you're trying to figure out is who broke the milk, the bottle of milk, and also who took the other cookie. So usually what this happens is you first have the police officer, he's usually the first one on the scene, and then you would have the detectives. So all of them are trying to figure out what happened in the scenario. What they would do is try to pinpoint all the things that they found, the evidence basically. So first you have that's evidence number one, cookie. The second one would be the broken glass of milk. Then you would have, it looks like these two fingerprints are separate, so you would see that there are two sets of fingerprints. So that would be number four, well, like that, basically. So they try to figure out what happened here. And these people right here are either your witnesses, your bystanders, your victims, your perpetrators, so you'll know what did what. So that's what these detectives and police officers try to figure out. Based on what they say and everything, they try to figure out who took the cookie and who broke the glass. So for example, this guy, he says he saw someone pass by a few moments ago before this happened, but then she says no, that she saw someone with a red hoodie pass by there. So the officers can probably try to figure out whether someone with a red hoodie was there. So it's either this red hoodie or this red hoodie, right? So that's basically what these detectives try to do. They try to figure out who committed the crimes, and from there, as more evidence comes up, they try to catch the one who did it. So yeah, it's pretty much just a little example of that. Well, that was pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about forensic science. It's a really interesting and fascinating field of study. So I hope you guys look more into that when you guys are older, you know. I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.